All right, guys, let's do it. What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters, everybody here for September 22nd, 2019, coming at you live stream. Thank you guys for taking the time. Obviously, spoiler warning if you're catching on the replay. I don't want to ruin anything for you for The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, all that stuff. But yeah, we're here to talk about a bunch of different things. You're always welcome. Top chat, super chat, Patreon donation is welcome. Always, it helps the channel go and grow for a long, long time. But whatever you want to post it in the questions. Top chat, I'll answer them. We'll talk about Fear the Walking Dead, Season 5, Episode 15, Fear the Walking Dead as a whole. Anything else you want to talk about? The Walking Dead, of course, will be back in 2 weeks. We got some big things coming up for that. We have a bunch of topics as well to talk about. Fight for Us, another channel, so hopefully you guys can check it out and be a big member of that too. So thank you guys for joining me. Sandra, Slizzle, Boyd, Faith, Ms. Juicy, and everybody joining for me this Sunday, September 22nd, 2019. So hopefully you guys, if you haven't seen the episode, we'll talk about Season 5, Episode 15 of Fear the Walking Dead, as well as The Walking Dead, some of this stuff. We're getting more and more information. I'm excited to talk about The Walking Dead. I'll be here before you know it. Talking Dead, I'll be back next week for Fear, and then I'll be back for The Walking Dead for sure. It's interesting that they didn't continue with Fear the Walking or Talking Dead for Fear, but The Walking Dead will be back, I'm sure. So, excuse me, my allergies are killing me today. So, if I sound a little nasally, I apologize for it. So, yeah, thank you guys for joining me here. What's going on with you guys? Hopefully, you guys have checked out the other videos that we've been posting, and it's been awesome. A lot of good information is coming out every Thursday is the TWD reveals, and they talked about a pretty cool thing that was the table read. Now, if you're an AMC Premiere member already, you'll get access to the Walking Dead Season 10 premiere a week early. So I'm not sure exactly when it's going to come out, if it's Sunday or Monday or what, but that's awesome. Also, you'll get access to the table read for I guess premiere. So if that's going to be on there, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with that, and hopefully they get more and more content coming at you with the premiere. It's probably good revenue for AMC, but I wonder if that's actually hurting them, because if you have AMC Premiere, you get early access to stuff, and then stuff comes out in certain places, and I don't know if it's actually hurting AMC or not. But it just makes you think, is it helping the bottom line? The spoilers come out sooner and sooner and sooner? I think so. So we'll see. Excuse me. But we'll see what happens with Fear the Walking Dead. Season 5, Episode 15 was on Friday for AMC Premiere. I watched it yesterday, and man, it's frustrating. That's all I can say. It's a frustrating series. It's just like, man, I just can't think of a good thing to say about it. It was entertaining, but it's just frustrating. We'll talk about that, don't worry, and much more. But if you haven't seen it, then you'll watch it tonight, and then you'll let me know. But yeah, AMC Premiere is like $5 a month, and we'll see if people are getting it and if people are buying it. It's a cool thing. It definitely is something that I don't know if it's worth your time. I kind of wish you could just pay $5 a month and just have AMC. You wouldn't have to have a cable subscription. So it's interesting. But sorry, allergies are getting me a little bit. But everything is going to be all right. Fear the Walking Dead tonight. Walking Dead 2 weeks. Talking Dead next week as well. I'm interested to know your thoughts. Hopefully you guys have checked out my Fight for Us YouTube channel. So I have the link in the description. It says Fight for Us YouTube channel. You click on the link. Hopefully you subscribe. There's a couple videos there, but there's going to be more and more awesome stuff going to that channel. I want to have a continuity between both channels, but I want to have the PT channel and Fight for Us, and it's a whole big thing where I want to have just two different channels for a variety of reasons, and if Fight for Us can take off, that can really help out the comic, the show, potentially the book series, as well as what it is. So I'm excited for that to hopefully take off, and if you like what we do here, please, guys, hit that subscribe button to the Fight for Us channel. So The Walking Dead Season 10, let's talk a little bit about that first before we talk about Fear. So The Walking Dead Season 10, it's going to be here before you know it. And it looks to be that we know what started the fire, potentially. Potential spoilers is that a satellite, yes, a satellite from outer space crash lands and, burns up the woods by Oceanside. So that's kind of crazy. That's something different. That's definitely something that's like, whoa. And Greg Nicotero said himself that it's something different. You're going to watch a show, and it's going to be something that you've never seen before on The Walking Dead. What show am I watching? We might be like, what is this, right? So I don't know if it's going to be good, cheesy, campy, makes sense or not, but that looks to be what started the fire. Not our group, not the Whispers, but a satellite that crash lands. So I'm going to make another video probably tomorrow or this week highlighting the image a little bit better, because some people are like, I don't really see it. They don't see it there, but it's a big metal piece behind Daryl and Cindy in the woods. So that's a big thing that is obviously showing some big metal object there that looks like a satellite. So I'm believing the hype that it is a satellite. So we'll have to see what happens there. And I wonder if the table read, if you can watch more of that, it's going to give it away. So it's an interesting information, but 07 Viper asks, is it confirmed though? So what do you want it to be? Confirmed by the Spoiling Dead fans? Confirmed by other sources? Again, if it's confirmed, you'll see it in the episode. I can't say 100% potential spoilers because they may or may not be true or not on there too. I trust my sources, and a lot of the stuff is, pretty spot on, and I trust my sources and the information I give. We'll see. I don't think my track record has let us down. And it's interesting because people tell me stuff before spoiler sites a lot of the time, but people go and what the Spoiling Dead fans mainly go check out. They're like, oh, it's true. They said it. Well, a lot of times people get information before them and on there too. So it's like, it's pretty cool too. So I don't know why people don't really agree with some of the spoiler information that's going around until the Spoiling Dead fans say what it is. I don't know. But either way, I'm believing it. Potential spoilers you have to say because it may or may not happen, but I'm going to say that it is. So we'll see about that. And if you don't like the spoilers, I don't know what to tell you, but there's always a spoiler warning. There's always a heads up. There's always a thing that tells you if you don't want to watch, then stop watching, stop complaining, like the person in here on there too. It says spoiler warning, and people still complain even though there's a warning, but that's the world we live in today. People will complain no matter what we do. Raj, SFM Q&A, what are your thoughts on new episode of Fear the Walking Dead? I thought it was terrible. So let me talk a little bit more about The Walking Dead, but I'll definitely cover Fear the Walking Dead for sure. Season 5, episode 15. But ultimately, I didn't think it was terrible. It's not good. It's frustrating. It's annoying. It's like they're just doing stuff that's like, driving you nuts. It just wasn't really good in the right place, and we'll talk about it. I'll review it later today, and I'll share it with you guys for sure. So, but Slippin' Jimmy, great name. I'm excited for El Camino for sure. But okay, this person's definitely gone. But hold on, let me just block this person here because I love when they say, I don't mean to offend. That's like, that's the dumbest thing ever when people write, I don't mean to offend or don't take offense. You know you're going to offend the person, so you're not supposed to do that. Like, I'll tell you, but you can't get mad. You can't say that, right? It's just crazy. But interesting. So we got The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 1 information that we're going to get some information coming out more and more about it. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And again, I don't need to know all the spoilers. Potentially, if we get the spoilers, we share them with people. And there's a giant spoiler warning, but then people still complain. But some people like the information. I do like getting the information because it's kind of like, man, I like to see how it's going to unfold, if it's true or not. And once you get information, it's kind of cool, right? So, I don't know what's going to happen exactly in Season 10, but it looks to be awesome. There's going to be some big things happening with Carol and Daryl. I don't think in a romantic way, but I do think with Alpha and Carol, and I do think that it's going to be pretty awesome. I just hope it lives up to the hype, because there is a lot of hype for it. I hope the Whisperer War is half the season, and I hope that Beta and Alpha are awesome. I hope there's a big conflict between everybody. I hope the paranoia isn't cheesy. I hope the propaganda isn't cheesy. I just hope it's awesome. That being said, we're going to lose characters. I think we're going to lose people right away. We're going to lose people probably every couple episodes. And the word is, hopefully you've seen my video about the potential spoilers about a character that is, I would say, spoiled or rumored to die in season 10, episode 8 or episode 9. Some of the spoiler sites are saying season 10, episode 9. I've heard conflicting reports if it's episode 8 or 9, but if it's tracking right now for some of the group, but we got that information and we said it before other sites. And it's interesting too, because when I talked about it and I shared the information in some videos about the satellite stuff after looking at the table read, it's just interesting because I talk about it in a video and then all these other articles come out about it. So did they see my video or not? I don't know, but they're just definitely talking about it after the video came out. And there's been times that I've said something here and you guys have said something and I make it in the video and then other places pick it up and they act like they did it, which is good, but I always give credit where credit is due, or try to at least. I don't do anything maliciously and I try to put it out there. So it's definitely one of those things where I just wish they would give a shout out when they probably, I don't know necessarily if they watched a video on it and they're like, yeah, that was from this channel or this person or that, help a channel out, help a community out, spread the wealth, spread the word. Don't act like they did it too. So the big thing last episode was with the records, with what looked like Ryan Hurst, not Deadpool, but Beta. It looked like Ryan Hurst with the records for that Daniel had, right? So it's pretty interesting. It's interesting if they have the records being actual Ryan Hurst. Sorry, this person's writing, do you have any way to give a sample of your books? Don't want to buy it if it's no good, no offense. Spend 99 cents on Kindle, bro. If I'm not worth $1 of your time, then good luck to you. If I'm not worth that, it's 99 cents on Kindle. You can read some of the things. You can get a little preview on there. You can do that. So yeah, that's cool. Thanks for saying don't want to buy it, no offense. Then don't. That's fine. You'll be missing out. How about you support instead of just being who you are? But what's going on? Eye in the Dark too, TWD. But yeah, we got some big things coming up. And, people love to just complain. But you guys are my friends, my family, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters. So hopefully you guys will check out Fight For Us. It goes a long way. Even if you haven't read the book series, definitely check out Fight For Us. It'll help connect everything on this channel and there. We're going to have some crossover promotions and everything there too. So you want to be a subscriber to both channels. That'll help us out for sure. So, but The Walking Dead Season 10 should be awesome. AMC Premiere members. I wonder if it's going to be on AMC Premiere and then it's going to be like put up, after it goes online. So like it'll be everywhere. So then the first episode on October 6th will have lower viewership. And then they're like, oh yeah, well the Walking Dead Season 10 premiere was pretty crap. It was pretty low. Lowest ratings ever since season whatever. Well, AMC Premiere is different. And also the fact that people may be bootlegging it somewhere on there too. That happens if stuff comes out for sure. So it's interesting what's going to happen with it. But before this guy's talking about it, you're on there too. So I think that last episode we talked about it. I might even said it in here too. It's interesting because I talked about Ryan Hurst potentially being on the cover of the vinyl record. I don't know if it was in here, but I definitely said it in my review. I might have said it here because I watched the episode before I did my live stream. And it's interesting because it looks like Ryan Hurst. It doesn't look like Beta. It looks like a guy with a cowboy hat, big old beard, got the eyes. And I'm like, man, is that Ryan Hurst? What are they trying to do there? They do sit on it a little bit. It does stay on the camera angle, stays on that for sure. And then all these other things came out with articles about it. And they were like, fans think this, fans think that. And maybe I wasn't the only one. I'm definitely sure I wasn't the only one. But I think that it would be kind of cool if people spread the word and shared it with. And, you know, there's been different articles that have picked up some of my stuff, and they have spread the word about the channel and on there as well of the awesome stuff that we bring to the table too. So we'll see what happens if it is connected with Fear, but season 5, episode 15 has no connection with the Whispers and no connection really with anything but Virginia. Folks call me Jenny. And I was going to scream if I heard her say that one more time. And she says it within the first minute of the episode. Folks call me Jenny. Who's ever said Jenny? I haven't heard anybody say anything to you besides you talking. Not any other person in the Settlers, Pioneers, whatever their name is, has called that person on there. No one has ever said that too. No one has ever said her name. So it's interesting. Sandra's still on book 4, had an injury and about to get surgery. Then we'll get plenty of time to read after that. Well, what's going on, Sandra? You all right? What's the injury? Is it just kind of like a orthopedic injury? You'll be all right. Hopefully, I hope you guys that'd be pretty cool. If you need any help, just let me know. I definitely appreciate taking the time and being a part of my fighters. But if you need any advice about medical stuff, I can try to give you my medical advice without seeing you, of course. But, you know, just try to be there for you one way or another. And that's what I hope you guys get out of this, that, you know, the community feel that I'm there for you guys as just the spokesperson for the PT channel and Fight For Us. But I'm there to support you guys, to fight with you, to fight the challenges of daily life, to fight just all the stuff that goes on with, you know, medicine or injuries or illnesses or, you know, different diagnosis and different things there too. It's connected with the zombie apocalypse, but it can be carried over to it there too. So it's definitely something that I like to bring to the table because I was thinking about it, right? People ask me all the time at work, and if they know I'm a physical therapist, they ask me about, you know, different things. And I'm like, yeah, I would never get that done. And I would never get that done. If I say I would never get it done, I wouldn't get it done. Or I would have that too. Like some people need total knee replacements or total hip replacements, or they got bad knees or bad backs or bad stuff on there too. But it's like, man, if I always put myself in the person's shoes. If I was that person and I had no idea what to expect, because some people don't know. They go in and they get an MRI on their knee and they're like, oh, I got a torn meniscus. And the doctor's like, yeah, I can remove that for you and you'll be good as new. Well, that meniscus isn't going to grow back. And I've seen terrible outcomes after certain surgeries like that. And not to say they're all going to be that way, but based on my knowledge and my over 10 years of being a physical therapist, doctor of physical therapy warrants me some education to be like, I'm going to make an executive decision and be like, I wouldn't get that done based on imaging, based on how you feel, and if you can't function on there too. And that's the biggest thing too. So, but Sandra, if you need any help, just shoot me a message on here or Facebook or something on there too. I'm always here to answer some of your questions. And I'll try to give you as best advice if I can. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know or do that. I'll try to provide as much as I can and be there for you guys, you know, for sure. So, Jack White. Hi, Brian. Bought your first 4 books. They're good, but your family seems to be bulletproof. Just keep reading, bro. Just keep reading, Jack White, and you will find out what you got on there too. So you will find out what's going on. So ultimately, the Fight For Us series is 10 books available now. I have, you know, many more books down the road. It's not going to be 10 books and it's going to end. And it's not going to end like abruptly. Like this is the last book. It's going to be building up for a while. And right now I have an idea for at least 20 books. So 10 books is about halfway point for it. So there's a lot of big twists and turns and a lot of stuff that happens. And, you know, there's going to be like Jack White probably who likes to make fun of certain things. But there's a lot of loss in the book. And there's a lot of hardships and a lot of people are on there as well too. So you just keep reading and remember what you said there, bro. So, yeah. So, it's interesting. So, David, yeah, man, check out Amazon. It's on Barnes & Noble as well. A lot of people like the book series that are in here, and I'm not telling them to like it. They like it or they don't. They keep reading or they don't. I don't make them do anything. They choose to do it, which is so much more rewarding that they choose to be part of the Fight For Us group and one of my fighters and to join the fight for sure. And I think it's a good all-encompassing story that draws you in right away. The first couple books are a little story driven, a little bit there, but that's what you got to have. You can't have super action all the time, but there's a lot of action. My man M. King, Faith, and a bunch of other people in here can tell you their thoughts on it, and you can ask them if they're true. You might not believe me because I'm the author, and I may be a little bit biased. I'm probably a lot biased because I'm the author, but these people, they can say and review 100% how they feel, and not anything for me. So that's why it's awesome when people say they actually like it too. So I hope that it's one of those things that you join the fight, and I'm not trying to be mean on there too, but I'm just trying to stick up for it, and I definitely recommend it. But have a little faith in me, and you can hopefully have a little part of the group, and you can join the fight, and I think it'll be rewarded too. So I think it's pretty cool. So, and I guess that was just a Freudian slip there, because Faith, who's in here, potentially could be coming to the Fight for Us series and could be a big part of it too. So I think it would be pretty cool for it. And just to put this out there, Dave, I'm not trying to come at you hard, but people, I'm always going to stick up for what I believe in. And I believe in my story. I believe in what it is. And it's definitely one of those things that I just got to believe in myself. And I believe that the story is good. And it's kind of a little frustrating when I'm not trying to put down another show or another writer or another thing, but I just feel like Fight for Us would be a great story to be on television and a great series. And then you see certain shows and certain things, and you're like, that's on TV, and mine should be on TV. I just feel like it should just be on there and we could make it better for television and expand the story and do all that, and it just would be great. It'd be a great video game and a TV series, and I truly stand by that for sure. And it's funny when people give me a hard time for the videos that I've made, like my Fight for Us videos on there. It's not like that great because it's just me and my camera and my wardrobe and my stuff and my house. It's me. I don't have hair, makeup, wardrobe, actors, camera people, practical effects, visual effects, all that stuff. It's like, man, if I had that budget and I had a marketing department and a group and a scouting area and, different locales and areas to film, I would have a great show. It would be awesome in my eyes, but also in there too. So, Bennett, I definitely have thought of the idea to sell it to Amazon. I would love for Amazon to pick it up because it is an Amazon producer, Amazon publisher for the book series. It's on BarnesandNoble.com, but it's Amazon. It would be awesome to be on Amazon Prime. I would love to be. That would be my dream for sure. I mean, besides television as well, but I think Amazon would be an awesome thing. So I have to get in contact with them, but it's just interesting. It's just interesting that it's just I don't have the right connections and the right wherewithal. It's not what you know, it's who you know. In this world is one of the things that I definitely believe in for sure. So sorry, a little tangent on there too. Check out Fight for Us, guys. If you can, please, guys, definitely go to the description, click on the link, Fight for Us YouTube channel, and subscribe to the channel. It'll help us out here and all across the board for sure. And that's pretty cool. So I definitely want to have, let's talk about Fear the Walking Dead right now too. So sorry, Eye in the Dark, great question. Are you still wanting to do the comic for your book series? I've actually talked to Saint Yak, my man Stan Yak. If you've seen the other channel, I'm definitely having him do some artwork for the characters and potentially doing a small opening of the comic. I would have it on here, but also on Patreon, so my patrons would have more access to it. So you could do $1 donation a month and you would get access to it. So that's why I'm trying to put quality content on there so it drives stuff so you get something for your donation for sure. But I have some good stuff in the hopper. I actually wrote a little part of the script and gave it to him yesterday so that he can kind of start on it and see how much it would cost to do it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool for sure. So yeah. So so let's remember what this guy said here. Sorry, dude, there's no chance your book will be a show. LOL. It's too high school, but you're a great YouTuber for sure. So, yeah, man, that's cool. Appreciate the hate, but that's what people do. It just makes you want to drive harder for sure. That's pretty awesome. I'm definitely trying to have that going forward to prove the haters wrong. Haters going to hate and baiters going to bait, and that person is definitely a hater and a baiter for sure. But So let's talk about Fear the Walking Dead a little bit, right? Season 5, episode 15. It is a frustrating episode. It is a frustrating episode across the board. It's definitely something that I'll talk about. And the whole video episode is basically handheld camera video. Not all of it, but probably like 95% of it is handheld camera video that you're watching through them. And my question is, who's watching that? Are you sending it to TMZ? Is there the internet? Is there social media? Are you sending it to the government? Are you like, yeah, let's send this video in? Is this America's Funniest Home Videos? Like, who's going to watch these videos? Even if you have the best propaganda video and join us, who are you sending it to? Who are you putting it in? You're putting VHS tapes, which is hilarious, by the way, VHS tapes in a VCR connected to a TV that people are going to watch. Why? Who's going to reach them? Who's just going to magically come down into Texas and do all that, right? It's just frustrating. And the camera is just kind of flopping around a little bit, and it's just like, what am I looking at here? And the guy Tom and Janice, who his sister was the person that I was right. I said that she was the person that came across Wes and Strand and Alicia. That's Janice. That's Tom's sister. So, Boyd Q&A, do you think a bigger, badder group could show up next week and slaughter Ginny's group? I'm going to go with no, because that would be awesome. That's what everybody wants to see. But I don't think so, right? So we see our group, and they're struggling. Althea's taking more recordings, and they're trying to do this. And then evidently Virginia is different on there too. So this is the guy, Blind Dog. You're putting Fear down. What do you do different? It's a good show. What would I do different? You know what I would do different. You read a couple of my books. That's what I would do different. I would have Fight for Us be on television and be amazing and actually be the zombie apocalypse show that is what people want to watch. Not anything ridiculous, over the top stuff. So what would I do differently? So I wouldn't even have done this episode. This is what I would have done differently, right? So yes, Gary Page, Q&A, did anyone die? Yes, one person died, Tom. The person we just met that Althea and Morgan saved, he dies. You know how he dies? On a bridge. Basically a la Rick Grimes. And it's the same type of bridge. It's made of wood and planks. And it's very reminiscent of the season 9, episode 5 of The Walking Dead. Right? It's just so frustrating too. And then Virginia comes up in a Jeep. To me, it just looks like Jurassic Park. Just how they came up and how they are. And it's just like they got the 2 guns and it's hilarious. They fire a bunch of guns. Like 0.4 seconds go by. And then we have a bunch of walkers. Not like a couple. Like 50, 100 walkers come. I don't know how many it is exactly. But a lot of walkers come, right? But before that, Grace is sick. She's dehydrated. She's not doing well, right? So the group's like, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? How about this? How about that? They can't find any place, right? But they're finding that there is something close by that they can get supplies at. So they go out, they go look, they don't find anything. Morgan gets pissed because he's trying to save Grace, right? Grace is a person that I kind of feel bad for. Grace is a character that we like. She stays alive, by the way. She doesn't die yet or at all. So again, all season, we've had characters come and stay and join the group. We lost Logan and Logan's group and Tom all season. That's it, right? So it's like, what is that? And then Grace needs something. I can't remember what it is. It's some medical thing. Althea finds it. But the way we see it, she puts the camera down, right? It's like behind here. A walker comes in the room while Al's looking at something and attacks her. Are you kidding me? Right? I'm going to talk about this in my review because it's frustrating to watch. Al didn't clear the room, the hospital, wherever they are, the building, but she has the camera down and she was recording it and she almost gets taken out, but Alicia comes and saves the day. I don't know where Alicia was, but she comes into the room and saves her. Put the camera down. What are you doing? Nobody cares about these films. Now, talking about high school, that's high school, but that's on television, right? Great. But this guy's trying to put down my series, which would be awesome, in my opinion, on television. We can expand drastically on it, for sure. This guy read like 3 books of my 10-book series and calls it high school. Great. So then, let's come back. Sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit. We found out that there's a breach in the group, surroundings. They come around and they kill the walker. John picks something up, and it's a sheriff badge from Humbug Gulch or Humbug's Gulch or Humbug, the place where June, John, and Dwight first met. And then they saw, but it's a different one. The first one. There's a couple of different things, right? And it's interesting because that's interesting that they're going to that place. Pretty cool stuff, right? So they're trying to go, and they come across the bridge. It's a wooden bridge. A couple cars get through, but it starts to break down because it can't, take the heavy weight of all the vehicles. It definitely can't take the weight of a gas truck. So the truck has to stay on one side. The things are like breaking. The supports are breaking on there as well. They're trying to patch up the wooden planks. It's kind of comical. And then Ginny comes around. So Ginny's been watching them for some reason, right? I don't know why Virginia is coming around, and it's like, what's going on? Why is she watching the group? She doesn't really say, but I guess she wants the group to join them for people. They need people. They need people. They need people, right? And then they say no. They say this, and Strand's pretty hilarious. He's like, just put your cards on the table. What are you promising us? What do we have to do for it? And nobody wants to give in to Virginia. Nobody wants to work with her and help her. So then she gets mad, fires the guns off. They drive away. All these walkers come. They're trying to kill him. There's this group of walkers. They push this car out of the way like it's easy, like it's a toy car. It's kind of hilarious, but it's supposed to be that the cars are, lighter. They strip them down so they're easier to drive around, and it's not so much more gas to actually move the car. I can understand that, but they move the car like it's a paperweight. It's hilarious. So then we're getting to we're getting to the other side of the bridge, and they're like killing walkers, and they're trying to kill walkers, and they're doing this and they're doing that, and Althea's punching them with her little spike thing, and then Morgan's like smacking them with the the bow staff. It's kind of funny, and then Strand's killing them with the gun barrel, and it's starting to grow and it's starting to break, and everyone gets to the other side except for Tom. Tom's laying there on the bridge. He looks, and the bridge falls down and crashes. The truck where it was crashes. All the walkers crash, and they go into the water. They're there. Tom is safe. He's on the other side. He looks up. He's like, he gives this face like he's like. His sister's like, get up, get up, get up. Like, don't be so stupid. Get up, get up. Like, and that's what I'm saying too. Like, get up, get up. He's got the camera, and he's like, see, I told you. He stands up, and then what happens? The bridge collapses, but he had more than adequate time to get off the bridge, and he dies. And you're like, really? Really? Also, how did they get the camera? Because it fell into the water or fell below. But either way, they got it. And you see Althea editing her film in the C&L truck. So you're like, man, right? It's interesting where it is that I don't know what's going to happen with the next episode, but it's just crazy to think that I'm watching it and I'm like so frustrated because it's one of those things where like, man, all I had to do was get up and run to the side and make a little more of an effort, right? So they get across the bridge and they find Tom's body, and the rabbi is going to say something, but he doesn't. And I'm like, okay, we got, where are we going with this, right? Where are we going with this? And we're going to Humbug's Gulch or whatever. And they got to walk 10, 15 miles or whatever it is. And they're going to put in there, we have faith. They have faith to get there. They're going to work together. They're going to keep working. They don't care how far it takes. They're going to get there. because they have food, water, places to stay. They got a bunch of cool things, and it can run with no electricity, and it sounds like a great place. But when they get there, it's overrun with walkers, right? It's crazy, right? So we got a bunch of things that I definitely go and watch the episode, and you'll let me know, and definitely let me know in the review. I'll have the review up later tonight. And it's definitely cool to have the idea of something big for the show, but it's crappy because Humbug's Gulch or whatever it's called is, lost. They can't go there. So they're standing there and they're looking at it, and everybody's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know what to do. And so we're looking at it, and there's a lot of walkers. I mean, there's 200, 300 walkers in there, and it's CGI or whatever on there too, right? So we're looking at it, but the walkers are inside. They're contained, right? So they have weapons. Why can't you just go in and start killing walkers and then try to contain them and take them all out? A la the prison, right? Take them all out. So I'm like, okay. Frustrating. This is coming in. They're like, okay, I'm sorry, guys. June feels bad because she let the group down. And it's like, no one could have thought that this place is going to be overrun by walkers, but it is, of course, because that's what happens here. They travel around, it doesn't work out. They travel around, it doesn't work out. Another place doesn't work out. Another place doesn't work out. It's crazy to think that this show has been all over the place as much as it is. At the end, who do they call? Virginia. We need help. Should we help? Should we ask for help? Should we not? Should we? Yes, they do. But then in the next episode, you can see the preview for it. They're like, we can take out the walkers. We can do it. We can work together. Why don't you try that here, right? Why don't you try that? They do, evidently. We'll have to see. It's the season finale next week. All right. See you, Sandra. Hope you're okay. Let me know if you need anything for sure. So, and it's like, oh my goodness. Like, why didn't they go back to the mall? Why didn't they go back to Daniel's place? Why didn't they do anything? They're sitting in the middle of nowhere. The mall is the best place. I just think it is, right? Also, Daniel talks about they had an ultrasound machine in the truck, maybe in the SWAT truck. I'm not sure. I forget where it is yet. But, she's passed out. Grace is passed out from dehydration and everything. She's laying there. And they have the ultrasound machine on her, and June doesn't really know what she's even looking at. But she's trying to figure out if she's sick or what's going to happen there too. So it's not a boring episode. To me, it's just a frustrating episode. So if I'm frustrated watching it, I can't be like, yeah, it's great. Like some people in some of the groups I'm in on Facebook and stuff, they're like, I love it. Can't wait. Looks great. And you're like, are we watching the same show? I think they're just supporters no matter what. Ride or die with anything Walking Dead in the name. And I wonder if this show did not have Walking Dead in the name, would it be canceled after a couple seasons? But it's a summer show, and you're supposed to get, if you get 1 million viewers in a summer show a week, you're doing pretty good. And that's working, especially if their demographic their numbers are lower. So we'll see. But it's just like, man, it's just frustrating. Sean Evans, do you think they could have cleared it? They could have done it one at a time. Exactly. I think they could have cleared it, and I think that's maybe what it is. But if we have one more episode, right? And the show is just all over the place again, right? So we're going to go, we'll see Tank Town. We'll see Luciana next week. We'll see it in the previews. But we didn't lose anybody. Yet, at least. Well, we did. We lost Tom. But who's Tom? We saw him for 2 episodes. We didn't lose anybody big. But it's just like, man, I'm just ready for it to be over. I'm just ready for it to be over. And you're like, man, it's just crazy to think that way too. So, but you know what's funny, right? I just thought about it. 2 things. That when you have a TV show and a TV series. You write a script, right? And you write different things, and it's different writing from it. So if the book sells really well, it's not going to be cut and paste from the book to a show. You have to write a script, and you can write a different script for it. So it'd be pretty awesome. So the person that is saying that it wouldn't be good, in my eyes, it'll be better than 2 shows, one on Netflix and one that's on AMC. It'd be way better than those 2 shows, and they were made, right? But if we get enough people buying into it, and we got enough people doing that and reviewing it, 4 or 5 stars, whatever it is, do enough of those, enough people reviews, it might turn some heads at at Amazon. I go to Amazon. I love Amazon. Amazon's been a great company for a long time. I've been using them products for a long time, so it's pretty great. But if you can, guys, fight for us, the YouTube channel. I hate bringing it up. If you can, please subscribe. We're looking for, about 1,000 subscribers. Be great. And then we're trying to get more and more news information on there as well. Pitmaster Dan, I don't have any news for the Rick Grimes movies. I'm sorry. I don't really have much news about Maggie, but there is something I'm working on that I'm trying to look into it a little bit more. So there could be a little stuff coming up this week. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with it for the Walking Dead and the Rick Grimes movies. Also, are we going to see, Maggie return? Are we going to see different people coming back, getting killed off? How do people leave? How do people go? How does it set up season 11 or the first Rick movie, or what's going to be the future of it? And they're still filming right now. They film all the way till November. So they got the rest of September, all of October, and half of November. So basically 2 months left of filming. So I would assume they're probably, I don't know if they're filming out of order 100%, but how they are. Hasn't really been any talk of who's been seen around, who's been there, who hasn't. They've been, a couple places on the Alexandria, but they haven't really seen much. Also, have they've been filming at the studio a lot more. Does that mean that it's Hilltop? Does that mean that it's the woods around there? Does that mean it's more stuff? We don't know exactly, but it's interesting to see how it's going to go down, and I think it's going to be very good. At least I hope it is, and I'm very excited for it. Boyd Q&A: if there's a big death next week, who do you think it could be? I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of over having predictions for the story because it's just not anything good in my eyes. They haven't really done anything that great. I don't think anybody big would get killed off. I don't think anybody big or anything happened with that. I think that I don't know, the way it's going, I don't think anybody personally. Yeah, that was fake news. AMC The Walking Dead won. Troy is not coming back. We would have seen Troy already. Maybe, but that'd be so crazy if Troy and Madison, or Troy or Madison, however you want to think about it, one of the 2 characters come back in the season 5 finale and set up a huge thing. I will be happy, I guess, if Sherry shows up. Oh, they also talk about Sherry in a brief moment. When Virginia comes over to try and sell everybody to have them come with her, she says that she met somebody that broke bread with Sherry. That Virginia met a guy that met Sherry. So Sherry looks to still be alive. So hopefully we'll see Sherry next week. I'm hoping that it happens too. So Mary, I hope you're doing okay. Says she's been in the hospital for a week, but going home. Going home is always nice to get out of the hospital for sure. So thank you for being all right and being here on live stream. Hopefully everybody's okay. Everybody's going to the hospital and going all over there too. So, man, hopefully we'll be all right and we'll make it to October 6th. Big things coming. So I appreciate you guys taking the time for it. I think, what else you guys want to talk about? Anything there too? So I gave a lot of the episode. I talked a lot about the episode. It's a frustrating episode, but, man, we'll be here. One more episode, then Talking Dead. We'll be back for Fear the Walking Dead. And then also to be back for The Walking Dead. You going to get AMC Premiere? Anybody going to check out AMC Premiere? You can get a free trial, I believe, And then it's $4.99 or $5.99. You can also use some TWD rewards points for that. I think it's 1,500 points. You can get a month of the AMC Premiere. So it should be pretty cool. So sorry, nose is getting me a little bit here. Allergies. And I'm ready for fall. Fall starts tomorrow. Hopefully it's Florida, so it won't be that good. No, excuse me. In Florida, it's not going to cool down that much, right? So hopefully I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited for The Walking Dead to return. I like Talking Dead. I don't miss it that it's not been on, but I do kind of like to watch it. I do like to see what they say, and they do answer a lot of things on there too. So Kathy K, is Talking Dead going to be on regularly again with The Walking Dead? I think so. I believe it'll be back. It's going to make a lot. It has a lot of viewers. I would assume Talking Dead, more people watch Talking Dead than Fear the Walking Dead, right? I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. But hopefully we'll get a lot going on for that too. So, boy, do you think AMC will replace the showrunners for season 6 if they piss off the fans even more? I don't think so. I think that the showrunners are the showrunners. I think that it is what it is. I think they're going to be around, and it's doing okay for what they need it to be. And also, right, so hopefully you guys have checked out the TWH video that has in the thumbnail. They talk about I talk about the table read, and it's interesting because I never even thought about it, that the table reads happen probably before every episode, right? I've never been part of a television show, but table reads are there to get ready for the episode that's coming up. And I'm like, okay, if someone sits at a table read and some of these episodes that have been on television for Fear and people don't have questions, are they not caring? Are they not? It's just like, man, do they not care? Is it just like are they powerless? Do the actors have a question or 2 or 3 or 100? Be like, what is going on here? Why don't we stay at the mall? Why won't we do this? Why won't we do that? There's some big questions. Because I saw that, if you saw the HBO special for Game of Thrones, you saw the table read for some of the stuff for season 8. It makes me think like, whoa, big stuff's happening. But you're like, man, they have table reads all the time. And I guess you're reading it and you're like, man, this is going to be good, or this is going to be crap, or you just don't say anything, or you're like, maybe it's better on when they film it, or what. But, I don't know. So, I don't know. It just made me think about that too. Like some of the stuff that we see on television, is that the best quality they could have for this show or not? And that's why it's kind of frustrating, because I'm biased, of course, but I think my book series would be great. I think it'd be great on television. I think it could be adjusted to have it being done and, be great for television too. We could expand on the characters, the backstory, how you shoot it on there too, So it'd be pretty cool. Kang Era Daryl asked the question. Kang Era Daryl, not Kang. Q&A. So the satellite was functional for 11 years during the apocalypse, or someone put it to use lately? Just how? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe it's CRM. Maybe someone connected with Rick has that. Maybe they're dropping it there on purpose. Maybe they have a satellite GPS that they can drop where they want, and they drop it on Oceanside on purpose. That would be kind of crazy. What if that's what it was? I'm not saying it is. What if CRM, that's the connecting point with the satellite? CRM is so powerful. They got helicopters and all this stuff that they just dropped the satellite out of orbit. Crazy. Mary, are they afraid to run it because they fear the questions and comments will be negative? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. And I think, too, that they're recording Talking Dead for Fear. It probably is all recorded. And I think they pre-recorded the season 10 premiere of Walking Dead for Talking Dead. I wonder, because I talked about it in another video about the whole Instagram posts. They were like, ask your questions to the showrunner. Season 5's been one heck of a ride, and they were just over the top, just negative. Like, when are you going to get fired? When is this? Why are you doing such a terrible job? It was just like so I would say mean. Some people say justified. Some people wouldn't say that, but it was like, man, it was tough. It was tough to see that too. Imagine if you're the showrunner and you're like, wow, that's got to hurt your confidence a little bit too, right? I mean, I can only imagine. Because I wouldn't assume that the showrunners of Fear are trying to do this job in a bad way, right? I think are they stuck, or do they really think it's good, or they just can't have the story the way they want it, or is this really their story? Because if it's really their story, then it's like, man, it's kind of rough, right? Yeah, boy, I don't know. It's a one heck of a ride or something, but I don't know what exactly it was, but it said something on Instagram. Like, it was like, yeah, ask your questions to the showrunners. AMC The Walking Dead 1. Do you think the movies will come out October 2020? They got to start filming them first. I don't think it would come out the same time as The Walking Dead. I think it would be between that. I think it would come out, if The Walking Dead is in October to December and comes back in February, I would think December or January to fill the void so you still have The Walking Dead. I would assume AMC and everybody involved wants to have The Walking Dead year round. So if you think the start of the year, you have The Walking Dead, second half of the season, whatever they're on. Then you have Fear. Then we're going to have that third show, whatever it is. Then potentially another season of The Walking Dead. Then maybe a movie. Then the second half. So they want year-round Walking Dead. Movies, shows, spinoffs, movies, shows, spinoffs, movies, shows, spinoffs. You know. So it should be interesting. Nonetheless, I'm excited to see how it all connects. Will it make sense? Will it not? I don't know. I hope so, right? Delusional. And it was funny. Someone was like, that was Gregory. And I guess it was Gregory, but I just picture Simon saying it. And though it was kind of funny when Gregory was like, rhetorical. Even though I didn't like Gregory at all, it was pretty funny. But, you know, I just picture Simon with those big eyes like, delusional. I just think it's hilarious too. So, oh, man. So we got... we got people here posting comments on there as well. But thank you guys for taking the time to be a part of it, supporting the channel, supporting everything too. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the support, taking the time to be a part of it. And I appreciate for what we got for it. I just like being a part of all these different channels and groups and community feel of it. I do appreciate everybody taking the time for just being a part of this channel and community. I appreciate it. Support, you know, I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm not trying to be a part of that. I just said things and I'm not trying to do anything, just saying what it was for people to be a part of a great community, a great part of, you know, Walking Dead related, but also being a part of, you know, a community, whether it's Walking Dead or not, is awesome. You know, Fight for Us, I want to be a community. I want to be a big thing for there too. I like the idea of everyone working together and being a part of it. And, you know, hopefully you'll continue to be it and be a part of the Fight for Us channel here, the book series, everything as well. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Hopefully, I would say enjoy tonight's episode, but I don't know. I hate like saying anything bad about it. But it's just frustrating to me. And I don't want to paint that picture of frustrated, a bad episode, and then you watch it and you're already kind of seeing it one way. And I don't want to paint that picture for it too. I like the idea for it to be interesting. And, you know, thank you guys for being a part of it. And hopefully you guys will be a part of the Fight for Us series, whether you check out the series on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, you know, and I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but when people, you know, post different things and, you know, I'm not trying to bring it up, but either way, that's water under the bridge. We got the book series, what it is now. It's updated. It's changed. It's awesome. It's a good thing that it was edited correctly now and took the time to put it in there. And initially it was edited poorly and it was rushed and it was that. And I say that as well too. And, you know, people posted comments on there about it and reviews based on, the early reviews, but they've been since there. So that would be kind of cool if someone did a review from the initial of it was years ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, because it came out in 2017. And since then, I've updated the file and it's in there too. So if someone left a bad review, it would be great if they went back and, I guess they're not going to buy the book again, but, it's different and it would be updated as a thing. So that would be kind of cool as well. And I'm not trying to call anybody out for what it is, but, people leave reviews and, I have to say what it is and what it is too. So appreciate it. You guys taking the time. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you like the channel, what we do here, please, guys, join our Fight For Us channel. I can't say it enough. It's a big thing coming up on both channels, cross-promotion, as well as appreciating both things and be able to talk about different things, different views. But the Fight For Us thing is kind of interesting, too, because, so say it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's comics and there's a video game and all that stuff, and I want to have a YouTube channel, and someone took the name, and I'm like, oh man, that's crazy, right? But we have it now, so it'll be good. We covered that for a long time, and hopefully it can blossom into something else. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I'm going to try. I'm going to keep working hard on it, and I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I appreciate everybody who bought the book series, the first book, all the books from book 1 to book 10, and we've learned from it. We've done another thing on it too, so I appreciate everything. You guys have been a part of it for a long time, or briefly too. It's kind of great. I appreciate it, and it really means a lot to me. So hurry up, October 6th. You guys are great. Thank you, Sandra. I know I definitely checked out the reviews that you left. I appreciate it, and I definitely like it now because you're like one of the newer readers, and the newer readers are definitely where it's at because if people wrote it a while ago, it's definitely different from now too, and it's improved. Sarah, would you consider making your book series into audiobooks? I love listening to your videos at work and would love to listen to your books too. Yes, that's definitely something I want to do, Sarah. I just don't really have the wherewithal how to do it. If I'd have to go to a company, or if I could do it myself, or if I could record and make the file myself. And that's definitely something I want to do. I just don't know how to do it. And that's the thing where if I can have more time, so if there's more subscribers to the channel here, as well as the Fight For Us channel, if there's more donations, if there's a Patreon thing, it can set it all up. I can put more time towards that. If I can take my time away from being a therapist as much as I am, I can put it more towards Fight For Us and YouTube and all this stuff as well in the book series. And it's one of those things where I appreciate it for you guys taking the time of being here. And I would love to have all those things. I want a graphic novel. I want, an audiobook. I want kind of, or audiobooks, graphic novels, all that stuff. Maybe different, like picture something, and video game would be amazing. And of course on that too. So, I appreciate you guys taking the time for everything on there too, and being a part of it and joining the fight. That means a lot to me. So I appreciate you guys on one way or another too. And oh man, yeah. But Brian T, I appreciate you, man. That's for sure. I appreciate everything, and I appreciate you taking the time to be here and being a part of it. Hopefully you didn't give up on the series, and you've seen that the series is pretty great now. Hopefully, maybe it's not for you. I don't know if you would judge it hard or not, but I appreciate you taking the time for that. And no hate for sure, but maybe you've given up on the series, but hopefully you haven't and you enjoy it. So I appreciate you guys taking the time, and you'll check out the series going forward. Fight For Us, Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, see that, and then you go something like that, man. So let me just talk about this. So this person, and you did good, and I appreciate it. Thank you for that too. But it's one of those things was pretty crazy. And then you write something, and then you retracted the message there too. So it's not cool, man. I'm not trying to be hard on you and everything like that, but it just don't understand why you got to do something like that. And just be a supporter, man. Don't hate. Stop hating. I mean, there's no reason to be bringing problems to me, anyone here. We're trying to just do big things. But either way, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I know. All right. So like that person's like, we should do this. But all right. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let me just clean house a little bit here too. And, you know, I'm not trying to do that, but come on, man. Be better than that, bro. IT, you can do it. There's no reason to be insulting anyone on here like that, but not trying to hate on you. I appreciate everything you've done for me there, and you forced me to be better, and I have. But there's no reason to insult me or anybody in here, especially people that don't deserve anything, or anyone. You don't ever have to insult someone like that too. So either way, thank you guys. I appreciate it for taking the time. Sorry, I had to clean house there for that little bit on there. So enjoy tonight's episode. If you haven't, I have my review later tonight. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please check out the Fight for Us live stream. Fight for Us channel. We'll have some live streams on there too. We'll be able to talk about the book series, and we'll be having more and more stuff on there too. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, staying true to yourself, and see you guys. See ya.